The UAP Anti-Vandal Letterplate is available in 2040 sizes for UPVC doors and 4080 sizes for composite doors, hardwood doors, aluminium doors, or going through UPVC window profile. The brushes for our letterplate are at the front of the door and not at the back of the door. Most of our competitors have it the other way around, so that when you turn up at the door and you open the door, you'll see the cavity and then the brushes are at the back. With ours, it's absolutely different. When you open our letterplate, the brushes are at the front. There are three very good reasons for doing brushes at the front. First of all, from a draft proofing point of view, it is far better to stop draft at the point of entry rather than try and get rid of draft once it's already in a component. So that's the first reason we have the brushes at the front. The second reason that we have brushes at the front is that from a postal point of view and a postman's point of view, it's far easier to locate the centre of the brushes to push the letters and post through than trying to get to them at the back of the letterplate. The other and most important reason for having brushes at the front is from a security and safety point of view. Unfortunately, there is a lot of vandalism, particularly around bonfire night in the UK, and it's very easy for a vandal to take a lit firework or something that is particularly nasty. They'll lift the letter plates up and they'll just throw the object or the lit firework into the open cavity. They'll then shut the cavity, and then the firework will go off, creating a lot of noise and a significant amount of damage. There's been many fires created that particular way. With our product, when the vandal turns up with a lit firework, he'll lift the letter plate up. There is nowhere for him to push that through without burning his fingers. What he will then tend to do is drop the firework and run off. So it is an anti-vandal point that is very significant. The other advantage of our letter plates is that we have full 180-degree flap opening on both sides of the letter plate. This means that there's going to be less damage and less replacement. Again, unfortunately, in certain areas, vandals like to break letter plates, and they tend to break the letter plate flaps off. With ours, it's a very difficult thing to do because the flap itself will hit against the door. There's also a move in certain areas for people to try and break off the letter plate flaps because it's metal, and then try and sell the metal. As I say, with ours, it's very difficult to do that because of the fact that it's got a 180-degree flap opening. We have a 180-degree flap opening on the internal side because in quite a few properties, maybe there might be children, and unfortunately when they do play with their letter plates, if it doesn't open to 180 degrees, it's very easy to break the letter plate. The other advantage of our particular letter plate is that we have this mottled surrounding rather than a very bright surrounding. What this will do is it does not show scratches or marks very easily, whereas if it's a very bright, very shiny surface, it does. So this gives us a sort of an anti-scratch facility. We have within our products water seals on the internal flap, and what that will do is stop water going into the cavity and into the door. We then have on the internal side of the door another seal, and what this is to reduce noise. So when the letter plates close, it will actually gently reduce noise. The final part of our letter plate, which is important, is this channel here. This channel here does two things. One, it allows us to do a 180-degree flap opening, but secondly, let's say it's a rainy day, rain has got onto the letter plate flap. What you do not want is that water to go all over your post. So what will happen with ours is that the water will be on the flap. It'll stop at this particular point with this lip. You'll lift that up. The water will now run into this channel here, and all the water will run down the outside of the letter plate into these areas here, and that'll then just drain down the door, leaving the letter plate area or the letter area absolutely dry and free.